Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't like the touching. And welcome back to Big Mouth. I'm Mick Meanish. You can find me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad so we can continue the discussion. And welcome to more Joker movie coverage as we discuss beyond the commentary and the chat and the hype over this wonderful film for DC and a new because a new universe is being built here. That's what people are not commentating on. People don't seem to get it. This black label has begun. Now, originally when Todd Phillips was discussing doing a black label, Warner Brothers said, hold on, let's make this film, let's see how the public respond, then we can go on with it. Well, we know people love this film, right? I'll discuss about the negative commentary right now going on within the Disney Shield community about this film. But first I want to discuss about this universe that's being built. Warner Brothers and Todd Phillips and Walter Hamada are creating a brand new dark DC universe. This is absolute evidence that actually Warner Brothers are proud of Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. But what they did to Zack Snyder wasn't great, but it was reacting to the public's reaction and the bloggers' reaction in a way they had no choice. They just didn't deal with it in the right way. But now you have the dcEU for the family audience. But what's amazing about this, the next dcEU film is an R-rated movie with Birds of Prey. But then in the summer of next year, we've got Wonder Woman, which is for the family, which is for the geek culture. So basically what DC and Walter Hamada are building here is DC films for everyone. A variety of DC films. So you've got the dcEU and you're going to have the Black Label. So what is the next step for the Black Label? More Joker movies? I don't think so. I don't think Joaquin will be back. I know that Todd Phillips discussed being interested in doing another Joker movie, but I think maybe in the future, who knows? But what's interesting here, when they create a bunch of these villain origin stories, there could be a kind of these villains teaming up together. Who knows? The potential here is limitless. But when you see this film, you're seeing a universe being created. This is the Black Label universe. And it's extremely, very, very exciting what Todd Phillips is doing, because this is Todd Phillips' baby, right? He's creating this. It was his idea. So I would expect him to write and direct all the rest of the movies. And that's absolutely right. Without Todd Phillips, this wouldn't have happened. Without Todd Phillips, Joaquin Phoenix wouldn't be involved. This is an amazing beginning to which teases to be a fantastic universe. That's what's exciting here for me. That they're creating a brand new DC movie universe. And people are not talking about this, of course. So it's going to be very interesting what happens next with this brand new universe. What do they do next? I think I would go with a Luthor origin story. And that would be very, very interesting to me. You've done Gotham. Let's do Metropolis now. Let's have maybe a Luthor origin movie set around the same time of the Joker movie. And already you've got this villainous, dark universe with its second movie. And people would love a Luthor movie. Who would play Lex Luthor? I think there's only one man, and that's Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays the Kingpin in the Daredevil TV show. Right now, Vincent is trying to save the Daredevil TV show, and that's, credit to him. And he's not doing it because he has a lack of work and offers. He's a brilliant actor. I think he would, for me, be the guy to do it. But then again, if you're looking at critically acclaimed actors, maybe they'll get someone else as big and as powerful and as talented as Joaquin Phoenix. There's another way you could do this, of course. You could keep on bringing back Joaquin Phoenix to play these different versions of these villains, but that would be nuts and that would never happen. They are creating a universe here, and I think what they're attempting to do as well, because I really do, but we know, right, spoilers ahead, the Batman origin story is likely seen in this movie. So we already know that this universe has a Batman. This universe is going to have a Superman. It's going to have maybe a Flash, an Aquaman. It's going to be totally different to what you're seeing within the dcEU. So already you have the dcEU, and they're developing this Black Label universe, and this is just massive because they're taking the superhero genre to another level, and it's thanks to Warner Brothers bringing in Walter Hamada, who is an absolute genius with what he's doing here. You're going to have Todd Phillips running this Black Label. Walter will continue developing the dcEU. As I say, 6 movies will be in production next year. That's amazing. So we are really in a great footing. And as I say, when you look at this Black Label, when you look at BVS and MOS, you realise that the studio were happy. Those films are what Warner Brothers is what Warner Brothers do. They create interesting, unique movies. They don't want to tell these stories of kind of these generic stories. Now, that's what they were attempting to do when they got rid of Snyder and did the Justice League with Joss Whedon, but it failed. And I think most people at Warner Brothers weren't really happy with the route. Kevin Sugihara or whatever his bloody name is? It's Kevin Sugihara, isn't it? Yeah? Or whatever it is. Anyway, right. Doesn't matter what his name is. The direction he was going was just to copy the MCU blueprint. That was never going to work. So when Justice League failed, it was the best thing that ever happened for the Warner Brothers board of directors because they were never comfortable with that. So now all of a sudden you have got these 2 universes. And hey, maybe one day they'll collide together. Who knows? Anything's possible. But right now we've got this movie. So I want to answer the criticisms from the Disney shills and the MCU fans. They always find something to attack us with. It was the Martha thing in BVS. It was Superman apparently not smiling in MOS, but of course he did many times. And this time they're saying that this movie kind of represents a white man who kills people, and they're justifying it. But do you know what it is? You haven't seen this film. And you're making these bold statements. That is not what Todd Phillips is saying in this film. This film is saying that here's a man that society has let down, and look what could happen. And just imagine if we looked after a person like this. And this is not just about men, this is about everyone. Not just men, not just white men suffer with mental health instability. It's a worldwide problem to many cultures and both the genders, right? We know that. But the Joker is a man. The Joker is a white man, and this is his story, right? And it shows what can happen. And this happens every day in the world with mentally ill people being left behind, right? So although it's a great origin story for the Joker, its deeper commentary is really groundbreaking. And maybe for this generation, it's going to be hard to take because they don't like realism. They don't like being told the truth. This society doesn't like being told the truth. So there's no question of justifying what Arthur Fleck does in this film. That's not what he does. And in fact, they've already said this film leaves you for your own interpretation of what Arthur does. It's up to you to perceive if society let him down, or is he just a bad person. But I think if you've seen this film, you know that Arthur Fleck isn't a bad person. In fact, the Arthur Fleck side of this character at the beginning of the film is a fucking hero if you think about it. He's suffering with this mental health disorder. He can't help to do this cackling laugh. He's trying to control himself. He's trying to be what his mother wants, which is to make people smile, always put on a happy face. But he's trying to fit into society. And ultimately, when he can't get his meds anymore, he can't fight it. So he's a hero that loses his fight with sanity. So it's an amazing story. And credit to Todd Phillips for what he's done, right? But beyond all that, and beyond some of the negativity we're hearing, and it's not a lot of negativity, it's from the same people who, MCU fans who are scared because their ship is sinking and the DC ship is rising. The DC ship sank for a little bit, but it's rising again. And this is very special what they're doing, 2 universes. The Black Label is a young universe, and anything is possible, and it's exciting, people. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's going to be still talking about it in October. In November, when Terminator Dark Fate comes out, people won't be talking about Terminator Dark Fate. People will still be talking about the Joker movie and the potential of this Black Label universe. I don't know about you, but as a DC fan, I'm well excited.